Have you ever been left scratching your head about road cycling shoes? I've had exactly the same experience. And buying road cycling shoes is not like buying a pair of sneakers. There's a lot of different things you need to consider. And I've fallen into these traps in the past. So I just want to pass on what I've learned from my purchases to you guys. So keep watching, we'll roll that intro, and then we'll go over the key points. Well, road cycling shoes can vary in price dramatically. They can start from $100 AUD and go up to $700 or $800 AUD. And you say, well, what do you get for your money with this big price range? Well, the first thing that you will experience when you go into a cycling shop or look online is there's plastic soles for the cheaper ones and there's carbon soles for the more expensive ones. Now, unlike a normal shoe that's designed to flex, so you're transferring of your load from the heel to the ball of your foot, as you run or walk along the surface, a cycling shoe only has one point of contact for the whole revolution of the pedal. And you want to transfer all of your load from all of your foot, either be it the heel or the ball of your foot or anywhere in your foot, to that one point on the pedal. So you need a very, very stiff platform. And this is where carbon has an added advantage. Plastic can work quite well, but unfortunately, with age, plastic can get soft, and also when you ride in hotter temperatures, it can also get soft. So a carbon sole is preferred and is actually the better product to get in this type of design of shoe. Fasteners. Fasteners are a big point on cycling shoes. And there's three main systems that they use. There's Velcro, there's laces, and there's the bowl dials. And the bowl dials come in two types. There's the one direction where they click up and release, and then there's the dual direction where you can turn them both ways and either loosen or tighten them. Now, when you get to the lower end, they start off with Velcro. Now, the Velcro works quite well, and the only disadvantage with the Velcro is if you've been riding along for a while and you either want to tighten them or you want to loosen them, it's quite difficult to do on the go. You really need to sort of stop and do it because it's, unless you're pretty skilled, it's pretty hard. But with the boa dials, it's very easy to fine tune them while you're riding. You can just reach down, give them a click, or give them a couple of clicks, or release them, and they're quite handy for that. And they're also very easy to get your foot out of and get your foot in. They're just a really nice premium system. Laces, even though they were a bit fashionable some years ago on the Giro shoes, I wouldn't really recommend them. I do think they're a bit of a hazard. If you've got bows and the bows are a bit long and they come undone, they can get tangled in your pedals. And also, it's very hard to get them to give a even tension across your shoe with the laces. Now, what I would recommend in these situations is if you can get onto the boa dials or afford the boa dials, they really are a fantastic design, and I'm actually quite surprised why you don't see them on other types of footwear, because they're extremely easy to use and to tighten up your shoe, and the increments of the tightening system on them is just excellent. Now, foot inserts are something that people really overlook, and they look at the outside of the shoe and they go, oh yeah, it's got the boa dial, it's got the carbon sole, yeah, that's for me. But you can't overlook the insert, because some of the shoes have really quite pathetic soles inside. They just have like a piece of foam, and it doesn't give your foot any support at all. Whilst if you look at these ones here that come out of the Scott RC type shoe, they've actually got a reinforced section on your arch. So then when you push your foot down, you're getting support for the middle of your foot. Your foot's not splaying out as you're pushing down on the pedal. And they also give you a support in the middle of your foot here, which you can see. Now, I've actually bought some aftermarket ones as well that I've used in the shoes, and they can be quite good, and they can be quite expensive as well. And I paid, I think, around about $100 AUD. So it's really good that Scott are including these in the shoes for the price, even though they are a premium shoe. But this is something you really want to have a look at, because the insert that's in the shoes needs to give your foot full support. And the other thing you also need to look at is that your foot's got a little bit of space in the width of the front of the shoe. Not just your toes, but through the ball of your foot, because I find that when I'm riding, my foot do swell a bit, and if I buy shoes that fit nicely when I'm in the shop, after I've been riding about half an hour or so, I find that the shoes start to make my feet numb because they're not wide enough. So that's something to consider when you're looking at these shoes. Well, there's two types of heel systems. There's the ones that are molded into the shoe, and then there's the ones that like have a little step up, usually a little platform, and it's screwed on by 2 or 3 screws, or even one screw. And these ones I found are pretty poor. And the reason why that is one, they don't give you very good stability on the heel of your foot, so they're difficult to walk in. They give you that real duck-like effect, and your foot can roll very easily. And also, they wear out very quickly, and even the screws fall out. And when you go to try and find these on the internet to replace them, they're very, very difficult to find, and not many people stock them because I don't think they sell many of them. So if you have a problem with these heels, or you lose some of the screws, or they come off, or they just wear and the shoe's not worn, you just can't replace them. So I don't really like these, even though I've had them on quite a few shoes. I've learnt the hard way they're not really a good design, even though you may think when you buy them, hey, look, a replacement heel is a really good idea because if they wear out, I can replace them. But in practicality, you can't replace them and you can't get these heels. Well, that's my road cycling experience with road cycling shoes, and I hope you got something out of it today because I wasted quite a bit of money buying stuff that was less than ideal. Well, anyway, that's where I'm going to leave it, and I'd just like to thank all of you for watching Wayno's Photos. And if you like this sort of cycling content, then remember to subscribe and ring that bell so you don't miss any more of my content. And I will see you next vid.